or a lot of these young kids who don't know, who are who are tagging these people's property. There are some to a certain extreme who are ignorant.
All right,
who are
But let me ask this. What gives you the right to destroy somebody else's property? That is not your right. For every right, you have a responsibility in society, and you need to fess up to it. You don't have the right to destroy property.
I would prefer, like at some point, there were a lot more places where we were able to do it legally. There were a lot of places, but
I took those
other
away.
conditions of whatever, maybe whatnot.
You said this makes you famous. So if I gave you a place, but if I gave you a place to go, would that be enough? You're going up on signs. You're saying that you like the risk. You like the rush. You say it's almost, I just asked you at the break. I said, is this like bungee jumping to you? And you said it's a thrill. So does it really matter if we give you a place to go?
Is it a thrill that somebody's going to confront you or what?
You have to look at what it's doing to society. The cost to society to repair freeway overpass signs, to hose those off, it costs money, costs time. We're not getting potholes filled. We're not getting the services that you want because we're spending it cleaning up after people like you that are painting buildings.
We have a question
You're taking the money out of our pocket.
I got a question for all you taggers. What does tagging got to do with hip-hop?
Nothing.
You know what? Rap culture. I mean, how can you compare it to rap, though? I want to know how can you compare it to rap?
It grew out of that. It grew out of that.
Tagging, how can you say graffiti is in the hip-hop culture? Hip-hop is rap, rhyming and beat.
Oh, dude, you're a fool, man.
Okay,
I can't believe it, dude. I cannot believe that.
I got it that you're saying that for you graffiti and the tagging is a form of art. We have a young woman here. I'd like you all to meet Lilia. Can you... Lilia, graffiti and tagging is not an art for you. It's for you. You lost your brother because of it. Is that right?
Yeah. I mean, first of all, I would like to say, my brother wasn't no gang member. My brother didn't smoke. My brother didn't drink. I mean, and it just, I don't think he realized, that he was going to die for it. I don't think he realized the pain that he was going to put me through, his only sister, and his family. If he would have realized, I think maybe he would have not tagged. Tagging ain't the same like it was before. You can die for it. And just think of what you're going to put your family through if you die. Think about what you're going to put your mom through.
What happened to your brother?
I got a phone call in the middle of the night, and they said your brother's been shot. And so I said, what do you mean? And I ran down the stairs with my baby in pajamas, and then we rushed to the hospital to see if he was there, and he wasn't there. And I said, well, what do you mean he's not here? He's my brother. He's wearing, black pants, Mickey Mouse shirt, black Mickey Mouse shirt, gray sweatshirt. He's got white shoes on. And they said, he's not here. We don't have any gunshot wound patients. So I told the guys to take me to the scene. And I rushed to the scene. I got off, and I told the police officer, I said, there was a young man that was shot. He's wearing black pants. I described him. Right. And then he said, you need to calm down. I said, I can't calm down. If he's hurting, if he's crying, if he's calling for my mom, I want to be there. So that's my only brother. And he said, well, you need to calm down. I said, I can't calm down if I don't know where he's at. And then they said, I'm sorry, miss, but your brother's no longer with us today. And I said, that can't be.
Now, why? What happened?
And then I said, what happened? Why did he die? And then I said, you need to hold on. And then made me hold on. Then, I got arrested. And then with my baby. And then they took us to the police station. And then that's when I found out that he died because he was tagging.
He was tagging, and he's been shot. Yeah. Do you guys know people who died from tagging?
Of course. Not in specific, like in that moment, but I could honestly say, much respect, for your familia or whatever. I'm sorry,
Thank you.
because it's not a good thing that happened. That's definitely true. And the guy that did it he's kind of wasn't all together. Let's just put it that way. But I could also make a fairly good point. I don't know if it means a whole lot to you, but growing up, in this type of environment, there are some who have taken it beyond, who actually, you could say, graffiti basically saved their lives. Mm-hmm. But it has taken other people's lives.
I think we need to focus more on that guy with the sicko,
Yeah, but the idea is that it's dangerous out there. We're talking about people who are getting shot and dying, but you're sitting next to a man who was shot.
I know.
So
I took a bullet 10 inches through my body for tagging.
Well, I got involved. I
should have got involved.
Call the cops. Those are gang members.
Call the cops.
Those are gang members. I'm not gonna go mess with like 4 gang members. I see them doing something. Go ahead, do your thing.
You guys.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, I agree with the guy in the
beige shirt in the middle about the society and the conditions of poverty that causes this. It's an outlet for people. Some from the inner city of Philadelphia, and I used to bomb and tag myself. And one of my friends died on the L train right up there. He got beheaded. But I'm just saying that I know from being in a poverty situation myself, it was an outlet for myself as well as my friends. So I agree with it. It also beautified our city and so our sections.
So you find it's beautiful. You lost your friend. Do you still do it?
Oh, no, I don't do it now because I grew up. But I said when I was younger, it was an outlet for me.
But, Gabrielle, I was going to say that would make a great marketing line. Tagging, is it worth losing your head over? So.
You know what?
I don't think that's that funny, eh?
But also, we are talking about an outlet. And Brett, you have a business. You said you're a businessman. What is it you do?
I'm in the printing industry.
Now,
I deal with colors all day long, but in a constructive way.
Do you offer anything? Do you offer anything to the youth so that they can have an outlet? Do you do anything in your business?
I'm very active in my community, trying to support community organizations, active at my church, and I think the most important thing you can do is teach rights and responsibilities to your children.
What the El Bandito or whatever? What's that cross mean to you, you know? What does that mean to you? Don't you love Jesus Christ, you know?
Graffiti has nothing to do with Jesus Christ, man.
All right. All right, thank you. You got a question? Okay.
Excuse me, all these people talking about poverty, you're going to say graffiti is an outlet. Hold on, what you know about poverty? Now, both my parents are dead. I ain't ate for 2 weeks in some time. You think I went out to write on the wall? That money that I spent on pray cans, I could be spending on food. Talking about poverty. You don't know what poverty is. You don't. All right, you might know what it is, but I picked up a basketball. I picked up a book. Forget basketball. I picked up a book.
You can smile. That was all for you.
I want to say one thing about the poverty issue. We've been hearing this garbage that poverty causes all of these societal ills. Let me say this. During the Great Depression, and any of you that go to school and you read history, you'll know this too. During the Great Depression, at the worst time in our country, there